Drivers are all on the grid now, and the Monaco Grand Prix is about to start. There's Scott Stoddard with his Jordan BRM. And with him now is Jeff Jordan himself, talking to this brilliant English driver who's won so many races in the dark green BRMs. Even faster than Stoddard in practice was the Frenchman, Jean-Pierre Sarti, twice world champion and an absolute master of these twisting Monte Carlo streets. He's won the Grand Prix here 3 times. He drives for the great Italian manufacturer Ferrari, and his teammate is the young Sicilian Nino Barlini, who's also won a place on the front row. Barlini is the former world champion motorcyclist who made a very successful switch to car racing last year and is certainly a potential world champion in Formula One racing. On the second row is Pete Allen, the American, now driving for BRM. Pete hasn't won a Grand Prix since he left Ferrari 3 seasons ago, but in spite of 2 bad accidents last year, he's still just as fast as ever. Yesterday, he lapped only a tenth slower than Scott Stoddard, #1 driver in the BRM team.
Let's try and get the season off to a good start, shall we? Drive the car! Don't try to stand it on its bloody ear!
They should show everyone the way home. Tim Randolph, another American, driving a Japanese Yamura, is also on the second row. This team's only been in Formula One racing for 2 years, and so far, the car's not been reliable enough to win a Grand Prix. But the Japanese have the most powerful engines of all.
Dégagez! Dégagez la zone de départ!
And it's Sarti in the lead from Stoddard, Aaron, Holm, Anderson and Randolph. Stoddard's drawing level with Sarti up the hill. He's going to overtake him. Now it's Sarti in the red Ferrari, number 17, leading, past the Hotel de Paris and into the Casino Square.
Ferrari. Deuxième, le numéro 12, Stoddard sur BRM. Troisième, le numéro 11, Holm sur BRM également. Nino Barlini, après un mauvais départ, a repris 2 places.
As the tobacconist, it's Sarti's red Ferrari ahead of Stoddard's green BRM number 12. As they finish the first lap, it's Sarti first, Stoddard second, Aaron third, and fourth now is Barlini's Ferrari number 16.
I used to think nothing could be better than motorbike racing. 3 times I'm a world champion on my motorbike. I'm happy. Then I go into one of these cars. You sit in a box, a coffin, gasoline all around you. It is like being inside a bomb. Crazy, but of course the cars are faster. And that is the most important thing.
You have to remember that at Monte Carlo, because of the nature of the circuit, you shift gears over 2,600 times during the race. That's an average of once every 3 seconds. No reason to expect gearbox trouble. On the other hand, I suppose potential problems are in the back of your mind all the time. I've driven this course 6 times before, and the way I see it, I've only got 3 big problems today, and that's 2 Ferrari starting ahead of me and my own teammate, Scott Stoddard.
Well, actually, walking the course is just about the last thing I do on the morning of a race. It's become a bit of a thing with me. I do a lot of thinking, collecting my thoughts about how I run the race, all that sort of thing. Of course, it originated with my brother, Roger, you know. He used to do the same thing. As a matter of fact, before I started racing myself, I often used to walk the course with him. The funny thing about Roger, you know, the day he was killed, he hadn't walked the circuit for some reason or another. I suppose I'm rather superstitious about that. I love the challenge of Monaco. Driving through ordinary streets full out is, to me, what racing is all about. It's a pity it's the only one left of its kind.
The order is still Sarti, Stoddard, Allen, and Barlini. Stoddard can't quite squeeze his BRM past Sarti's Ferrari. There's very little room to pass on these narrow...
Entree.
Oh, my darling, you're not ready?
Ready? For what?
But you've forgotten.
Hugo, the way I feel now, if I could remember my own name, I'd consider myself very fortunate. What have I forgotten?
Last night, I told you I'd be by to take you to the winner's circle if Scott wins.
Hugo, there's lots of time. The dungarees. Hugo, have you ever had ouzo?
I have had everything, my dear.
I was with 2 Greeks last night, and we drank ouzo. A lot of ouzo.
And where, may I ask, was your husband while all this Greek and ouzo business was going on?
Where he always is the night before a race. Trying to sleep.
Danger? Well, of course. But you're missing a very important point. I think if any of us imagined, really imagined, what it would be like to go into a tree at 150 miles an hour, we would probably never get into the cars at all. None of us. So it has always seemed to me that to do something very dangerous requires a certain absence of imagination.
Number 17, the Ferrari of Jean-Pierre Sarti, is still in front, but he just cannot get away from number 12, Scott Stoddard, in the BRM. And the second BRM driver, number 11, Pete Allen, is only 3 seconds behind, with Nino Barlini in number 16 Ferrari breathing down his neck.
Ferrari, deuxième Stoddard, BRM.
25 laps gone, 1/4 of the race distance. And as Sarti and Stoddard fight for the lead, they're leaving Allen and Barlini behind. Stoddard's really pressing Sarti. The Frenchman is usually unbeatable at Monaco, but today the Englishman is faster on some parts of the circuit.
Et maintenant, Stoddard sur BRM mène à la gare, ayant passé la trace de sortie devant l'hôtel Mirabeau.
lap times are getting faster and faster, and he's drawing steadily away from Sarti. There doesn't seem to be anything the Ferrari driver can do about it. There's Scott Stoddart completing his 30th lap and increasing his lead over Sarti. And there's the third man, Barlini, in his red Ferrari, now well clear of Allen. And he's just lapping a slower car. That can be tricky here at Monte Carlo. It's almost impossible to pass unless you can rely on the driver in the slower car to move over and make room.
Il avance, a des ennuis de boîte de vitesse, qui a l'air de griffer. Il est maintenant au moins à 6 secondes de Barlini.
Stoddart, Sarti, Barlini, Randolph, Aaron.
Et voici 40 qui vont pour ravitaillement. La BRM numéro 1.
Get back out there! It's sticking in between third and fourth. What's it doing in practice? You're supposed to be you. All right, I'm doing it on purpose. On purpose or not, you're breaking her up. I didn't build a damn car.
We can't do anything about it now. Do the best you can.
What lap is this?
42.
It's a cinch. I'm halfway home. You're never halfway home.
He's Aaron's away again. He's obviously had some sort of gearbox trouble. There's Stoddart now. He'll let his BRM teammate Aaron next time round. Stoddart's driving a tremendous race. And he's broken the lap record again. 1:29.3. Waving the blue flag at the American, which means he ought to move over and let the faster car through.
Let's go through! The bloody idiot! Starty's picked up 3 seconds!
You can't blame Pete for wanting to race.
Stop with the teammate! He has to let him through!
Barlini in second place at the pedometer as Sarti completes 50 laps, half distance in the lead.
That's my driver. Let go.
Well ahead now.
Let me through.
They've both left Randolph in the third place Camura.
Damn you! Damn you! Get these people out of here! Where are the cops? Bloody liar! Glacier! I told you to take it easy with him! Apart from being a bloody coward, don't! Shut up! You're a liar! Now get these people out of here! Now look, you're through with me! Now just get out of my sight as quick as you can!
Something's happened. There has been an accident.
That's what they come for. See someone get killed?
La voiture de Picaron a traversé les balles de paille et a sauté dans le port. Mais l'Américain a pu se libérer.
How'd it happen?
Bloody lot you care.
Don't you say that. Don't speak to
Mrs.
me
Stoddard.
like that.
You can stay here if you want. It'll be some time in surgery.
You've got what you want now. He's finished with driving.
Maybe we'll have some peace in our lives now.
You think so?
Et voici maintenant le vainqueur, Jean-Pierre Sarti, visiblement enchanté de sa victoire. Cette équipe BRM est traditionnellement pourchassée par la mauvaise chance et c'est vraiment lamentable que la saison commence aussi mal pour eux.
I kept hitting that stupid oil slick at the hotel tour every damn time. How I didn't spin out is a miracle of skill and daring. And what do you think of this man? In the middle of the race, he decided to take a swim. It cost me 2 seconds. Oh, guarda che belle rose. From the manager. Hey, Jean-Pierre, you should fix that. I have something in my room.
I just talked to the hospital.
He's alive?
Yeah. Jordan says I was blocking. Said I didn't give him a signal to pass.
Did you?
Of course I did. Gearbox Pro's coming out of the tunnel, and I waved him through. Got on the brakes and locked up and threw me in front of him. Next thing I knew, I was in the middle of the Mediterranean.
What are you going to do now?
I don't know. Gotta get a ride for the rest of the season. I don't know where.
Pete, do you ever get tired of the driving?
No.
Lately, I sometimes get very tired. You know what I mean? Very tired.
Unhook it.
Jeff is wrong, isn't he, Scott? He says you're finished. But you're not finished, are you? I know, Scott. Better than Jeff, better than anyone. If I told them you drive again, they'd think I was crazy. They'll think you're crazy when you tell them. But you will, won't you, Scott? You're in pieces now, but it won't change anything for you. You'll pull yourself together and get back in the car somehow. And for what? To be better than Roger. To compete against a dead man. They don't know anything about that, do they, Scott? Not like I know. They don't know it wasn't Pete Aaron in that car today. It was Roger you were trying to beat. Roger's in every car you try to pass. Well, this time I'm the one that's finished. No more for me, Scott. I won't be there next time. No more for me.
Please.
Et madame, s'il vous plaît, madame, soyez gentille.
Will he drive again?
Leave me back to London. Est-ce qu'il faut attendre encore? A few words, please.
Merci.
Cleared. I need your help. You bastard.
Ungentlemanly, but not from breaking the rules. Oh, excuse me. At last. I began to think you were not coming.
I'm afraid I got lost.
You need only have followed the crowd.
I wish I'd known.
I'm only myself to blame. I invited them all. First, a drink. And then I will introduce you to some people who will be able to help you. But of course, you must tell me more about the sort of things you'll be doing.
Please.
only this work, Hugo.
Ah, this is work. It looks so easy.
Ça va?
Comment tu vas? Rien. Jean-Pierre, I'd like you to meet Miss Louise Frederickson. This is Jean-Pierre Sarti.
Jean-Pierre, it's a wonderful race. Thank you. Thank you very much.
She...
Bonsoir, Jean-Pierre.
Bonsoir, madame.
Félicitations.
Merci.
She's an American journalist, so be careful what you say.
Oh.
Would you believe it? Once a boy off the streets, and now he speaks to kings.
Anyone can speak to kings, Hugo, but will they speak back?
No, if they do, what will they say? Oh, you must see my museum. It's something that might interest you.
Ah, a museum?
Yes.
Oh, Jean-Pierre, simply
no,
marvelous, Jean-Pierre.
Thank you,
Simply
Baron.
marvelous.
Thank you very much.
Your first 9. Hugo, you've got to come settle an argument about the 1932 Targa Florio. He's the only one old enough to have been there.
Now, there is a dubious distinction.
That was an excellent race you did today, Jean-Pierre. Well done.
Thank you, Hugo.
Very good.
Thank you very much. Suppose I show you the museum. Obviously, if I don't escape from here, we'll never get past the law. Come to think of it, we haven't even managed that yet. Now, hello.
Hello. What did you mean, your first 9?
Points toward the Drivers' World Championship. Have you known Hugo very long?
Since yesterday. Someone in New York gave me his name. He's offered me his influence, which I gather is quite extensive.
Influence? For what?
Well, I work for an American fashion magazine, and we're going to do an issue around racing cars.
Yes. Now I have it. Of course. Louise Frederickson. You once did an article about my wife, Monique Delvaux, one of the 27 best-dressed businesswomen in the world, something like that.
Oh, only 10. You were away at the time, as I recall.
Yes, while her husband is off racing motor cars, this busy woman executive spends long evenings in her office administering the complex affairs of the Delvaux Motor Company. I remember that part quite well. He'd had about it the slight hint of feminine prejudice for the footless male.
It wasn't meant to sound that way. Is your wife here tonight?
She never comes to the races. Charming, isn't it?
I can use this. It's interesting.
Do you like motor racing?
I don't know. I have never seen a race before today. What are these?
Autographs. People in motor racing.
Where are you?
Over there, somewhere. Are you going to the palace party tonight?
I wasn't invited.
I invite you.
There are a lot of parties tonight, aren't there?
Yes,
Is that the usual thing after a race?
of course. And I can assure you that if you don't come to the palace party tonight with me, you will be missed.
And this man Stoddard, will he be missed too?
I don't understand. Do you know Stoddard?
No, but I find it difficult to understand how this sort of thing can be going on. Celebrations. When a man lies in a hospital, possibly crippled for life.
Chère mademoiselle, if you were dead, it would be the same. More subdued, perhaps, the same.
And apparently it doesn't affect you at all. None of you. I'm sorry. I guess that was all very rude of me.
Before you leave, I want to tell you something. Not about the others, but about myself. I used to go to pieces. I'd see an accident like that and feel so weak inside that I wanted to quit. Stop the car and walk away. I could hardly make myself go past it. But I'm older now. When I see something really horrible, I put my foot down, hard, because I know that everyone else is lifting his.
What a terrible way to win.
No, there is no terrible way to win. There is only winning.
There's a beach a few miles away, not a soul in sight. We can live it up all day.
Salut Nino! Ciao Nino! Ils sont là!
Then we'll take a little mountain ride, reach a touch the sky. Come on, baby, take a chance with me. Teach you how to fly. If you take a chance, take a chance. Tonight's a perfect night for us to start. Take a chance. If I reach your lips, I'll reach your heart. Take a chance. You won't be sorry, girl, 'cause if you do, all my life, I'll never take a chance with anyone but you. Take a chance. 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 Take a chance.
Dance?
I don't dance.
Have a drink with me.
I don't drink.
Smoke?
I don't smoke.
What do you do?
So, you wouldn't let Starter lap you. You're still getting yourself into hopeless situations.
It wasn't hopeless to begin with. It just turned out that way. There's a difference.
But you didn't come all the way to Modena to talk about Scott Starter, did you?
I want to drive for you again, Senor Manetta.
Aaron, your last season with me, you did nothing but tell me what was wrong with our cars. Then you left us to follow hopes that lasted a season. Then to Jordan, now back to me. You confuse me, Aaron, and I don't like men who confuse me driving my cars.
I left you because I didn't want to become second driver to Sarti, a position you put me in.
And now?
I need a ride. I want a lot of races for you.
Of course you did. Before you became reckless.
I want to be champion.
Everyone wants to be a champion, Aaron. There is no distinction in that.
I can be.
At what cost? And to whom?
All right. I'll drive for you for less than I was getting on my old contract. I'll pay my own expenses. You take the starting money, I'll just take my share of the prizes.
I'm not talking about money, Aaron. Of course, I would not appreciate you doing to me what you did to Jordan at Monaco. To have two cars wiped out at a cost of $100,000 apiece is an unhappy experience. But I could afford that. I could not be in this business if I weren't able to afford that. It's one of the risks I take every time a car leaves the starting grid. But what is a greater risk, Aaron, what means far more to me than anything else, is our good name. Our reputation represents desire for perfection of the highest quality. I gamble that reputation gladly because I have absolute faith in every car that leaves this factory. But I will not risk it on a driver in whom I cannot have an equal faith. There are fewer than 30 men in the world qualified to drive Formula One. A mere half dozen, perhaps, to win. At this moment, I'm inclined to think you're not one of them.